And welcome to the Great Blacks in Wax Open Forum. This is Margaret Locklear. I'm at the Green Hills Senior Citizen Housing Facility, and I'm going to be performing today as Sojourner Truth. And this is a fundraiser breakfast for New St. Mark Baptist Church.
Meet Mrs. Truth, a contemporary look at the life through the eyes and soul of Sojourner Truth. This one-woman show, conservative writer and performance by Mrs. Margaret Locklear, poem writer and performance artist, take you on a journey through the trials and hardship Mrs. Truth endured in her name of freedom and justice. And after the voices of praise, I want you to meet Mrs. Truth. Been a teacher, been a preacher, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got Jesus. Hey, I don't need nobody else. I don't need nobody else. Mother, sister, brother, and a doctor, and a lawyer, and a preacher, and a teacher. Long as I got
I always say, where there's so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. Now, some of you don't know who I be, but the name they give me when I was born was Isabella Bonfrey. Name never did set right with me. And on top of that, they only called me Belle, never did hear my whole name. And over the years, I had so many masters all naming me after themselves, the last name never mattered none anyway. But you all knows me as Sojourner Truth. All right. I named myself that because sojourn means to travel, and that's what I do. I travels all over the place, just preaching and teaching the truth as I see it. Seems better when I name myself. These ways I know who I was. I'm a kind of preacher. But I don't preach from no Bible, though, because I ain't never learned to read or write, and as a slave, I weren't allowed to anyway. But don't matter none, because when I preach, I only has one text, and that's Jesus. Hallelujah! Now, even though my soul's gone on to glory, it's been restless with all the goings-ons down here. And as always, I says to the Lord, Lord, it just seems like my work is still undone. He said, well, Sojourner, I guess you be getting on back down there and get things set right again. But you tell my children, there won't be no questions asked when you come to walk the land again. I know that's right. And you all know the Lord's merciful, so He wants to give you a chance to get this world turned right side up again. And I think you all better do that. Now, before I tell you why I was allowed to walk the land again, let me just tell you a little bit about myself. Now, they say I was born in some place called Hurley out in Ulster County, New York. Oh yeah, they had slaves in New York too. They weren't all just down south. Anyways, they say I was born somewhere twixt 1797, 1800. They don't rightly know when, because they ain't bothered to keep no records of no black babies. See? All they see me was another body to work the field or tend to the missus or babies. Wasn't a problem though, because I was a strong baby, and I grew fast and tough and could do the work of two people and bear the lash as well. Now my mammy and my pappy, they was born in Africa. They was taken and sold to a Colonel and Mrs. Ardenburg. I don't remember as much about the Colonel because I was just a bitty thing when he died. But I do remember when we was given over to his son Charles, because he take us to live in the cellar of a hotel he run. I tell you, children, must have been about 15 of us squeezed up in that nasty place. And it was always wet, cold, and damp. And all he gave us was some wooden boards to sleep on and blankets that barely even covered our bodies. Smell something awful. Hard to be feeling clean even after you get washed. And couldn't even tell if it be daylight unless you was outside. And in the winters, children, it'd be so cold we pretty much had to huddle up together just to keep going around that teeny stove you give us. But if you think the winters was bad, the summers be just downright stifling. Couldn't even tell if you be breathing or not. Even though I had died and gone to that awful place they was always talking about. But short of living in that nasty place, Master Charles was a fairly good master in that he didn't beat any of us or sell any of our babies. I remember when I was just a bitty thing, I'd go outside and I see my mammy sitting out looking up at the stars and crying and moaning. And I said, well, what you be moaning so for, mammy? She say, there be much to moan for, Belle. Because even though I look up at them stars, I know my babies don't know where I be. And I can't tell where they be. Seemed like Mammy was always crying in them days. Eyes empty and hopeless. I just seemed to lost his passion for life. lives that had once seemed freedom. But Mammy always believed in the Lord, though. Because she said that somebody named God would come along and take away the pain that she was feeling in them days. Well, I was young and I didn't mind much about the Lord in them days. But I remember one night my mammy pulled me up close to her. She said, Belle, when you growed up, maybe even before you grown, you may have hard times come over and be taken away from your family. But don't you fret none, because the Lord will see you through. Like I say, I was young and I looked up at her, I say, well, who's God anyways, Mammy? She smiled down at me, she said, why, child, look up at them stars. He made all of them. Well, I didn't mind much about the Lord, so. But until me and my little brother was taken and sold to Master and Mrs. Neely. This was after Master Charles had died. Well, I tell you, children, that Master and Mrs. must have been the meanest two white folks I'd ever seen in all of my born days. It seemed like the devil himself had just reached up and snatched me into the bowels of hell with his icy hands. And they was hard on their slaves too, real hard. Seemed like them poor critters was always running off from the place. And after a while, they be brought back all beat, abused, hunted, ragged. It just tore off where the dogs have been biting at them. I tell you, children, them was some days. For me, I was given over to the likes of the Mrs. Neal. And it seemed like that Mrs. just had some kind of hate for me. It didn't help none that I didn't speak no English, because the Ardenburgs was Dutch speaking, and Dutch speaking was all I know. So when they give me a chore to do and I mess up, she or the master would have me taken out to the barn and just beaten to an inch of my life. I tell you, children, be blood all around my feet. One night after one of them beatings, I remember what my mammy said about calling on God in troubled times. Yeah. So I goes down into the field and I makes me a place where I could talk to God quiet like so nobody hear me. And I prayed and I cried and I asked the Lord to make my master and Mrs. better. Lord, you said you'd be there for me. Lord, you said you would care for me. Then why I here in this lonely place? You say you will show your grace, my Lord. Lord, there's nothing but more crying here. Lord, there's nothing but more grief and fear. You say joy come with the morning sun. Well, I'm still waiting for that day to come, my Lord. But it seemed they just get worse. I said, why, Lord? I've been asking you and asking you to make my master and Mrs. better, but why? Is it that I ain't been good? I tell you what, Lord, I'll make a bargain with you. If you help me get from this place, I promise you I'll be good. But if you don't, I don't think I can be good much longer. Well, the Lord put it into my mind to go then, but it'd be daylight and they might see me. And if I go at night, I might get lost. So the Lord put it in my mind saying, go about 2, 3 in the morning when the moon is at its brightest. So I did. with no idea where I was going or where I would end up, but even death was better than this place. So I set off. I don't know where I be going, Lord, but you just showed the way. And I'll never say a discouraging word. Just take my hand today and guide me to a better place where peace and love abound. I know you can keep me safe when troubles get me down. I don't know where I be going, Lord. I was just a stranger here. But as long as you stay with me, Lord, I have no need to fear. I don't know where I be going, Lord, but you just showed the way. And I'll never say a discouraging word. Just take my hand today.
I've got it. The Holy Ghost power. Oh, do you want it? The Holy Ghost power. Oh, I need it. The Holy Ghost power. Oh, go back to the altar. Down on your knees. Lay there. Oh, 'cause I've got We're here to have a good time. It's a prayer practice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You have some problems, you need God to solve them. You get down on your knees and pray. When is He coming through? When will He answer you? Well, it may not be right away, but in the meantime, just keep your mind in a positive attitude. And while you're waiting, start praising. He's gonna see you through. Here's what you gotta do. Praise Him till your blessings come. Come on and praise Him till your situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and say hallelujah anyway. Hallelujah anyway. Come on and praise Him till your blessings come. Come on and praise Him till your situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and say hallelujah anyway. Hallelujah anyway. Woo! Say hallelujah anyway. So much is going on. What's taking God so long? Your back is up against the wall. Pressure on every side. So many nights you cry. You wonder if He heard you call. You got to trust Him. Be patient. He's working behind the scenes. So start rejoicing. Start dancing. He's giving you the victory. Children that you believe, praise Him till your blessings come. Come on and praise Him till your situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and say hallelujah anyway. Hallelujah anyway. Come on and praise Him till your blessings come. Praise Him till your situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and say hallelujah anyway. Hallelujah anyway. Woo! Say hallelujah anyway. You got to praise Him. Just praise Him anyway. Tears may be in your eyes, but praise Him anyway. Sometimes you might not feel like it, but praise Him anyway. Come on and praise Him till your blessings come. You gotta praise Him till your situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and lift up your hands, lift up your voice, shout for joy till your blessings come. Come on and praise Him. Situation turns around. You gotta lift up your voice and say hallelujah anyway. Hallelujah anyway. Say hallelujah. Come on, y'all. Say hallelujah. 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 Say hallelujah.
Thank you for joining us. And if you would like to be a guest on the Great Blacks and Wax Open Forum, call the number at the bottom of the screen. Join us. If you have an interesting anecdote to share with us, or if you have something you want to promote from your community, just give us a call.
Imagine being a hero. Imagine fighting the bad guys, saving the world, all that good stuff. Now imagine fighting an enemy you can't see or touch. Extra life. Play games. Heal kids.